Hi, this is Zach Meir with the US stock highlights here on Share Talk for Thursday, the 7th of January. Starting off with Capstone Turbine, where it looks like the shares are actually accelerating after the recent bull flag breakout, which has come via a gap to the upside. And the view at this stage is, at least while we're above the floor of the gap at $11.68, we could head up towards the top of that rising October trend channel as high as $22, hopefully as soon as the end of next month, given the current rate of progression. Next up, another stock which we've looked at before and continues to be a pleasing bullish situation, Cbat Energy. Here we've had a gap through, I suppose, the midpoint of the W-shaped reversal that we've had resting on the 50-day moving average. That's the blue line there around the $5.30 area. But at least while we're above that late December peak at $6.68 on an end-of-day close basis, looking for further gains, hopefully as high as the top of the January 2020 price channel, currently pointing as high as $14, a target that could hopefully be seen as soon as the end of March and maybe a bit sooner. New stock, at least in this place, is 3D Systems. Here we've got a situation where the shares have spiked through that February resistance from the beginning of last year. That was resistance in the $12.50 area, and while we're above that, and we're looking for further progress on the upside up to the top of the January 2020 channel, $25 plus, hopefully by the end of this month. I suppose the tightest one could have the stop loss really at the moment is around the old March 2019 resistance zone, just above the $14 level. But hopefully over the next few days we can finesse the money management point for the shares. Going on to another stock we've covered recently, and that takes the form of N Global Corporation. Here we've got a nice bull flag breakout situation. Shares have been consolidating at the turn of the month, and look as though they're breaking out of the late December intraday high, $3.55. Above that on an end-of-day close basis, looking towards the old May 2020 resistance line area, and that projection towards $5 plus, hopefully by the end of this month. Firm favorite at the moment here is Fcel Energy, and you'll see from the chart in a second why that is the case. Here we've got a very strong looking bullish situation with, if anything, the shares actually accelerating to the upside at the moment, breaking through the old December resistance. That was around the $13.91 level, and above that on an end of day close basis, looking as high as the top of this rising trend channel from I suppose the early part of October. That's currently pointing to an assumed target as high as $21, hopefully as soon as the end of next month. In terms of money management, we're probably looking around the $12 area, which is just below the floor of the very steep channel from the beginning of October on the daily chart. Another familiar face, at least in the near term, has been Future Fintech. Here you can see that the shares have delivered a pretty sharp bear trap rebound, bear trap gap reversal, in fact, over the turn of the month, and also broken back above the 50-day moving average, as well as the bear trap below the 200-day line, the black line there around $1.80. The current view is that we're looking for an end-of-day close above this July resistance line around $3.25. If we can get that today, tomorrow, over the end of the week, then we should hit the top of the rising 2018 price channel at $6 as soon as the end of next month. Stock which is really delivered for the bulls over the recent past is Marathon Patent Group. I think it started off as a request here, but really has been flying. Another gap to the upside. We actually already hit our $16 plus target, and above that resistance line there from the end of 2018 at $16.75. Looking for a target here up to the top of the rising trend channel, hopefully as high as $25 over the course of the rest of January. I suppose once we're up at 25, then we can try and work out what the next target is after that particular destination is hit. Stock which I feel like I'm covering every day and really has delivered, despite the strange name, is the 9 Limited, where we had initially a rather ambitious sounding target at around the $12 area. That was just a few days ago, then up to 16. That was the last time we looked at it. That was upgraded again. And the current target, I suppose, we're really looking forward or hoping for up towards the $50 area by the end of next month, given the current rate of progress. This stage only really back below the resistance on the way down, which was, I suppose, 11 around the 11 or $12 area would really delay the upside scenario. But I suppose for practical purposes, we'd have to assume that the $16 area is the cutoff point for long positions at the moment, ahead of hopefully a move towards $50 over the near term. But obviously, given the gap higher and the extreme volatility at the moment and extremely overbought shares, we'll have to probably let the dust settle unless you're already in that particular situation. On to another bullish contender, which is of note, and that's Orogenics. Here we've got the shares beating the initial target here that we had from the time we covered it, about around the $1 area. Now we've got a fresh red resistance line projection around $1.30. That would come into play once we get, or if we get back above the $1 area. Otherwise, probably a test for support towards that mid-October resistance around 78 cents is going to be on the cards now. End of day close back below that particular peak, and that would probably delay the upside scenario for at least a few sessions and perhaps a couple of weeks. Another familiar face is on the runway at the moment, Plug Power. Here you can see that the shares are really active and really aggressive on the upside. Nearly got to our destination of $50 at the top of that rising June trend channel. And hopefully, while there's no end-of-day close back below today's initial support at $43, $50 should be on the cards for Plug Power. Just a few more situations to go. Most of them we've covered before, so that's good news in the sense that they have been successful bullish calls. We've had a gap to the upside for Sunworks, so above the bottom of the gap there at $6.36 on an end-of-day close basis. We're looking towards the top of an August rising trend channel from 2019, and a $10 target hopefully as soon as the end of this month. At this stage, only really back below $4.50, and the floor of the rising trend channel really delaying the upside scenario. Moving along and on to another familiar stock, Rene Solar. Here we've got a situation where there's been sharp progress within this rising trend channel from July. Even though we've had a lot of gains, at least while we're above yesterday's peak around $15.88, we could still get up to $28 by the end of the month, which is the top of last year's trend channel. So still hopefully a little bit of a journey to go on the upside for Rene Solar. On to another stock which is has been covered before and is continuing to flourish, Vvpr International. Here we've had a trendline break, one from September last year, and while we hold above the $9.20 area, looking for a target as high as $20 at the top of the rising August trend channel. If you're cautious on the shares, maybe to wait for a weekly close above last month's resistance at $11.36. So let's see how that particular situation pans out. Going on to the last stock of today's session, and it's one that not so familiar, Sunw Limited. Here we've had a break of this October, well, rather November resistance line there, just below $4.40, let's call it, and above that on an end-of-day close basis, looking towards the top of a rising 2018 price channel, currently promising $9 as soon as the end of next month, and hopefully a bit sooner. If you're a bit cautious on the shares, maybe wait for that peak at $5.30 from back in August to be broken on a weekly close basis, which hopefully we will see tomorrow for Sunw. That's it for me today. More updates tomorrow.